Hello, everybody. My name's Manbear Pope, and, well, I was going to say welcome back to 7 Days to Die, but this isn't about 7 days. This is about football, and I might make this a regular thing, just commentary on whatever's happening or has happened. But at the moment, the hot topic around the league is Antonio Brown. And if you don't know, if you don't follow football, and if you just sort of stumbled across this video or this, recording, what happened is, I think in the third quarter yesterday, 2nd of January, 2022, Bucs were playing the Jets and surprisingly losing when they should have been stomping the heck out of them. And Antonio Brown seemingly was maybe benched by Bruce Arians. I really don't know. But he had a outburst on the sideline. And several of his teammates, including Mike Evans, came over to try to calm him down. And none of it worked. That culminated in Antonio Brown taking off his pads and his jersey, taking off his shirt, throwing it into the crowd, doing some jumping jacks through the end zone, and leaving the stadium. Now, it was later reported that Antonio Brown not only left the stadium, but went back to the airport and flew home without his team. Post-game press conference comes around, and of course, the first question to Bruce Arians, the head coach, is about Antonio Brown. And Bruce Arians very, I think, perfectly just looked up and said, he is no longer a Buck. Now let's talk about the guys who went out there and won the game for us. So Antonio Brown lost apparently his job and whatever money he had left on his contract for this year because he decided to have an outburst. And it was absolutely bizarre. And I've been watching football for, the better part of 20 years since I was a kid, and I cannot think of a time ever that I saw this. It's just strange. And I think in the moment it's very easy to sit back and just say, oh, well, that was crazy, and move on from it. But with Antonio Brown, there's a pattern of behavior here. Whether it was his messy breakup with Seattle or his messy breakup very publicly with the Raiders or his messy breakup with the Patriots and now his obviously very messy, very public, apparently breakup with the Buccaneers. In that you don't know how long you're going to get a stable Antonio Brown for and how long he's going to be on your team. And there's every possibility that this may have been his last shot in the NFL. Now, I think because of his talent alone, some desperate team will come knocking. Of course, they'll probably get bit by, the craziness that is Antonio Brown at some point. But the more I've thought about it, the more I've sort of come around to the Tom Brady view of things. And if you don't know Tom Brady's post-game press conference yesterday, he was asked about this, and he said, he basically said something to the effect of, people are going through a lot of things, and this should be handled with compassion and kind of kid gloves. And the more I think about it, the more I think Tom Brady's right. This should be handled with compassion. But the problem is, with Antonio Brown, as I just said, this is a pattern. We've seen him do this time and time again. And the end result is always the same. It's about me. It's about me. It's about Antonio Brown constantly. And if you don't give him the football, you're a bad team, and he's going to go talk smack about you. And if you don't win, oh, you're a bad team, and it's never Antonio Brown's fault. It's always everybody else's fault. Whether he, oh, he lied about his vaccination status. Well, that wasn't, that wasn't Antonio Brown's fault. Of course not. Or he, has the whole sexual assault incident there with the trainer. Of course, he didn't take responsibility for that either. So when you look back on these things, it's a heck of a lot harder to sit there and say, oh, we should be compassionate. Because it's not like he's Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon is a guy who's a supremely talented football player. And who is, by all accounts, a genuinely good person. But the downside is he struggles with addiction. And it's a lot easier to kind of wrap your arms around somebody like that and say, hey, okay, let's help you, than it is for somebody who literally quits in the middle of a game and walks out on his team. That, to me, is the unbelievable part. But that's my thoughts on this Antonio Brown incident. So I'm genuinely curious what anybody else thinks about it. How do you think this should be handled, and how do you think the league should react, if at all, here? Because I can't think of another time when a guy just quit in the middle of a game and just literally just left the stadium. So let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.